Hello everyone, if you're thinking about buying the 64GB Steam Deck, then you need to watch this video. When I bought the 64GB version of the Steam Deck, my plan was to download all my games onto a 1TB micro SD card, then leave the 64GB of internal storage for system updates. Things did not go according to plan. The 64GB did not last very long. One of the reasons for this is Proton, a software created by Valve that allows Windows games to run on Linux operating systems by improving their compatibility. Also, keep in mind that when a manufacturer says a device has a certain amount of storage, some of that inevitably goes to the system OS and other pre-installed software. With the Proton downloads and pre-installed software, all I had left was 5.2GB of internal storage out of the 64. The solution? A 2TB SSD. This particular one is from Sabrent. It is the Rocket Q4 high-performance M.2 2230. I allowed my Steam Deck to drain to under 10% of battery. I removed the 8 screws from the back, then the 3 screws holding the shield in place. I unplugged the battery, then the 1 screw holding the SSD in place. I took out the old 64GB SSD, then inserted the new one. I downloaded a copy of SteamOS and used Rufus to create a USB boot disk. I used this USB dongle to plug the boot USB into the Steam Deck. Once it finished installing the OS, I downloaded all my games over again. Afterwards, the Steam Deck worked just fine. The next thing I learned was not all games you purchase from Steam will work on the Steam Deck or any device running on a Linux-based operating system. Some game developers use anti-cheat software that specifically restricts games running on Linux. However, Steam does disclose this before you purchase your game. You can also go to ProtonDB, a website where you can look up which games will work on the Steam Deck, necessary tweaks that will allow games to run on the Steam Deck, and which games won't run at all. The next lesson is that Steam Deck does support plugins. You can use Decky Loader to install them. 2 great plugins are Storage Cleaner by Matt Carlucci and Decky Recorder, which will allow you to record your Steam Deck screen. The Steam Deck is relatively easy to upgrade and modify. I was a bit intimidated when I first thought about modifying my Steam Deck, but it is rather simple. Besides the 2TB SSD, I also installed this purple transparent back cover and HoloFX joysticks. Although I've never had any problems with my joysticks, I heard the HoloFX joysticks were super smooth and don't allow for the stick drift that normal joysticks cause. Installation was simple. They were plug and play. You remove the 3 screws holding your current joysticks in place and remove the ribbon cable. Install the new Gulikit joysticks and plug the ribbon cable back in. You also must calibrate the joysticks after installation, but that is also a simple process. Turn it on, then go to the joystick calibration mode. This purple transparent backplate cover just replaces the current Steam Deck backplate. It looks great and comes with a heatsink. I'm not sure if the heatsink really makes a difference, but the purple backplate looks great. Jsaux even includes tools you will need to make the replacement. It includes a screwdriver, 2 different pry tools, and screws. The purple cover is a direct replacement for the old one. Once you remove the old cover, just screw the purple cover in. The Steam Deck has several manufacturers making accessories for it. You'll find all the cases, screen protectors, and wraps you need. I purchased the Dbrand Killswitch case, screen protector, and wrap for mine. It goes on easily, has a grippy texture to it, and you can even purchase a travel cover case so you can throw it in your bag and not worry about the screen getting scratched. The Steam Deck doesn't come with a dock, so you'll have to buy one of those. You can use just about any USB-C hub. For me, I chose the Jsaux Dock. It allows me to easily connect my Steam Deck to my monitor. The Steam Deck is a fantastic device, but it does have a learning curve to get the most out of it.